This is gonna be our first puzzle after I do my daily Sigmar's Garden to get ourselves to 10. I might do that at the end when I have less mental power. That's when I've been doing it more recently. Yeah. Alcohol separation. This is the Van Berlo's wheel. I realized that this is the reagent and these are the products. I think I got them mixed up at the end of last session, which makes me feel even better about having stopped, because then I would have just sat here and struggled for a while. But I thought about this for like maybe a whole half a second when I realized what I had done to myself. So we're gonna need this thing. We're also going to need the duplication. Possibly everywhere. I figure of all the times to do a less cost-effective one, this seems very repetitive if we do a regular cost deal. Okay, so it only does it for salt. So we have water. This one can be moved up. So really we just need 2 of them. And they can work together. We'll also need some separation to get us there. Yeah, because we need to break 3 bonds. And then we'll need some way to like pick it apart, basically. I hope that this wheel of Berlo, Berlo, can be worked in any of these spots. That'd be cool. We'll start with I typically feel like working from left to right is a little bit more natural. So let me switch these around. Even though it makes no difference. It's not enough to get it completely off of the stand here. This will though, and it lands right here. And then we're going to want to twist the molecule, pick this one off, and then have it transformed and have this one rotate the molecule counterclockwise. So this is what we're going to want eventually. And then let's swing this around because we'll want the water. Okay, nice. I was worried somehow that it was gonna be accidentally thrown in here. So once it moves over, we're gonna want it to be picked up and then moved clockwise. Is this backwards? it was. Does it need to be released? Or does it just pass over? It does just pass over it. This way, we can have it continue over and then placed into the water. Or air, I should say, bin. Does there need to be a pause? Nice, there doesn't. To at least wait until I'm ready for it to keep going. We don't need this. We can have one for each. One goes this way, one goes this way. Nope. Let's move it out one. Great. So the water is going to be on this side, and it can move one here. This can move one here. So the pickup is going to be after it 2 is completely done moving. 4 can pick up and go 1 to the left and then go back. Does this hit 5? Four. Oops. I went the wrong way. Let's all go back to the beginning and let's play this thing. Let's see how it goes. It will eventually have to go back to where it started. It might not actually if it's rotated 3 times. Okay, green is in place. I don't think it matters because it's not the longest instruction. I think we have it now. Let's try again. Let's pause this. I feel like there's a spot. Instead of having 2 finish this on the separator, I wonder if we can have 4 bring it down once, twist it, and then have the separation down here while this is continuing to do the earth processing. Yeah, let's try that. actually think it has to happen twice, so it doesn't collide. Is this an improvement? No. I think I just reinvented what I just did. It's so easy to do that. That's so funny. I made it worse. It seemed so much better. We can get rid of a gripper, but then it'll be the same price as last time, because I think I added one more unbonding. That's gonna have to be okay. Not optimizing this further. It was a nice try though. Just move on to the next puzzle. I think if I do any big optimizing, it'll be once I finish the game. I want to see everything. I think I get too curious about what comes up next that I don't want to wait. This is definitely doing things the hard way. That's how I feel. But oddly, it's kind of fun. Also agree. Good thing there's plenty of cheap alcohol to be found around here. Unfortunately, alcohol only gets us part of the way. We need base metals too. Securing a large quantity of metal without raising questions, that'll be far more difficult. We'll have to come up with some kind of plan. I have some ideas. Is that a glass of water from the river? How'd you guess? That lovely gray color was the giveaway. You weren't going to drink it, were you? We're going to need water if we're to remain here for the time being. I know you've never been been in this part of the city before, but really look at that. Right, well, I'll fix it. Let's get all of the stuff together. So we'll need at least one of these. I'm going the wrong way. Other way around. I was so into the separating. This is putting it together. So you need one of these. At least one of these. Every time something like this happens, I'm tempted. I'm kind of tempted to use the crazy 6 gripper, but every time I start it, I feel defeated by it. Either it's like inefficient, but this one looks like such a good solution for that. I think the trick to this is if you start building it, say here, with the water here and the salt on the end, like that, and you start rotating it, it'll eventually hit this. So do I want 2 of them going at the same time? Potentially. Am I jumping the gun? Probably. And they're gonna have to pull from the same center. So if I know that it will need 2 halves, you could plan it this way with the idea that that we might need the space to build another half. Or just throw this one further. Grab from this. If it's sitting here, it can rotate freely. And then swing around here to drop the product. We'll want this to be closer. But then to get the water we can't go through the glyph. It becomes it when you start twisting it. This game can make you feel so smart and so dumb, like at the same time. Let's just start. So this way is not the best because I'm gonna need to get the salt into the bonding area. It's a really good plan up until that. If it spins here, will running into the track count as stopping? I guess the quick way to find out is just have it pick up and go counterclockwise. Okay, so it can go over the track. We want the easier one to be we want the easiest and fastest one to be the air, because it'll be the one that happens the most. Something's telling me that we can definitely figure out how to do... Oh, crap. Use this crazy wheel. Here I am trying to cheap out with this one, but I'm like, yeah, let's just bring in a wheel. Makes total sense. Okay, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. This could load... Oops. It's hard to visualize without it. This could be loaded up and just go boom, 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 boom. Or this would hit the rotating thing. So go boop, 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 boop to load it in, while this one picks this up and then twirls it. Does that mean that we only need one of these? Let's try. This is the wrong spot for this because it'll end up turning the center into salt. I think this is the only spot it can go. Maybe here. Boop. It would avoid it completely this way. One more time and then go up, because I think it might get it on the upswing, the last air. Nope, it misses it. One more. Start again. Let's see how this goes. This feels so long. Very cool. Low on the cycles, not the lowest. It felt like it was really long, actually. I'm quite satisfied with that. That area is crazy here. And the other cost is definitely doing it one arm at a time. Alright, onward. There. Care for a sip? Why doesn't the great alchemist sample his own work? Because I'm sure it's right. What a coincidence. I'm sure it's right too. You're no fun at all. Well, here I go. Well, it's fine. Water. Slightly sour. Sour. Somewhat bitter too. It'll have to do for now. I'm going to get back to work. The thief. Ooh, how mysterious. Nils Whittle. Still in the abandoned tailor shop. Do we have a deal? It's an intriguing proposal, but the old Van Tassen compound is far more difficult to get into now that Kolvan occupies it. Their guards are far more vigilant. Believe me, I know. We know. Concordia and I barely escaped with our lives. Just get me inside. I can take it from there. It's a little more complicated than that. The item we need isn't something you can carry on your person. It's a shipment. Specifically, a shipment of lead ore. Sounds heavy. I see. I'll supply you with a shipping order, but it needs a seal. You'll have to find a real order and take the seal from there. Okay, and then I suppose I'll impersonate a supply officer and simply take the shipment down the river to you. Exactly. That's somewhat more fanciful than I expected. On the contrary, it's as feasible as they come. Practically a walk in the park for someone of your caliber, right? And don't forget, we'll supply you with the best equipment you'll find anywhere. If I'm to make you this gold, I'll need the lead. That's how alchemy works. After all, I roll. Gold, yes, I do like a bit of gold. Pull this off and you'll have more than just a bit, I promise. Nice. I like having the choice just in case I get a little stuck. Although I haven't had to use it yet. Seal solvent. Affixing the seals to orders and invoices was always such a chore. The thought of undoing one is a little thrilling. Yes, what a bold and daring rebel you are now. Sorry, such an eye roll. The seals are complex, but the glue isn't a weak point in the system. Surprising that they hadn't been taken advantage of before. Maybe it has been. The Van Tassen stocks were never very closely tracked. Armin didn't care much for details, I'm sorry to say. If nobody misses it, is it really stealing? Spare me the philosophizing, please. Here we go. Get all of the stuff onto the table to see what we have to work with. One of these. One of these. And at least one of these. I'm surprised how cheap the track is. Because if it only moves one, it really is cheaper. Or two. It's still cheaper than getting a piston arm. The shape is easy. You can bond and twist it in a circle. This only has to be completed once to get to tin from lead. And this is the last one. I might just get this last. Oh, nope, it's all of them except the last one. My bad. Let's see how this goes. Need to do it one more time. That should get us that's this. But now there's nowhere to get it to. This is where the track might come in. Oops. It looks like am I making it the wrong way? It's curling around the other way. I made it symmetrical to what I want it to be. I think. I think I can just swap this and have it curl around this way. Okay, that is the right shape. That is what we want. If we build a track, we would want to go at least one over, because this is too tight to rotate it or anything. Unless we have another arm swing it down. I'm debating if I want to continue with the one arm to see how far it can go on its track, or if I should build the tin and maybe that gripper arm can swing this down and finish it without another, because I'm gonna need a different gripper for this anyway. Yeah, before I commit to a track, let's do that instead. So at the end of this whole process, it'll pick it up and go one clockwise. Let's just see what that looks like. Oh, it's restarting. What is this? The wait command? Yeah, give me a second here. I just want to see what the position looks like. That's not the best. Because we want the last 10 here. Okay, at least I think I got the print. Nope, I had it wrong. We want it here, which is a good thing. Ha. So if we can just have it do all the stuff over here. I'm getting a little obsessed with the track idea, but I think it could work. Because it gives it more access this way. Will this be hit? I don't think it will. Nice. So these can very happily sit where they are. So the first thing we want two to do let's see where that leaves us. Step by step. Nice. It's already hanging on 2. So it only needs to go Once clockwise. Yeah, and we need this to grab it. I was thinking, why does this even need to happen? It swings this way, grabs the tin, gets it here, releases it, so it will be in this configuration. Then we actually want it to just go back to where it started, and we should be right in time. I forgot we still have to deliver the product. Let's see how this goes. That's it. Oh. If 2 grabs it and moves it back up, be rotated once. So then it would look like this. And if 1 grabs it from here, it could swing it 1 more time. This way. Let's coordinate that dance. What did I just say? This bonds it when 2 kind of dips it counterclockwise. If we can get it to go back up, let's see what that looks like. Nice. Back up. Oh, 2 is in the way. The pivot point has to be different. What if it were to pivot 2 to the right and pick up there? Down. It has to go 1 more. I'm close, I can tell. Yeah. We're on the low side of 2 things for the first time. Usually it hits average. But a small amount of area and a low cost. That's satisfying. It seems a solvent like this would have applications well outside of the specific mission we've discussed. You can keep it. Wait, are you sure? I'm not planning a life of crime. Just the 1 crime? 1 or 2. He can make it when he feels like it. Once you start down the road, it's hard to go back. Not that I've tried.